Hello, welcome to Careers in Tech Show. I'm your host, Patrick. On the Careers in Tech Show, we explore the stories, secrets, and skills of people who broke into tech without a computer science degree, who are here to share their story with us to impact your own career goals and those around you. We want to help you see the possibilities when it comes to breaking into tech from a non-technical background, as well as working your way up as either a product designer, product manager, or software developer. Our mission is to help to cast the light before you and help you realize what is possible if you take that critical step. The show has got episodes with CEOs, CTOs, product managers, product designers, and other people who broke into tech from a non-technical background or without a standard college degree, as well as skills like teamwork, negotiation, personal branding, and many more. So if you want to learn and improve your career and professional life, you are going to be right at home with us. If you want to break into tech from a non-technical background, you can enroll in Skill Embassy Product Accelerator Program. So kindly head over to www.skillembassy.com and sign up on one of the available courses. You have mentorship and support from world-class professionals. So please head over to www.skillembassy.com and enroll in one of the courses available. We are very grateful to have Tobi with us here today. Tobi is a product designer who has worked in the tech industry for many years with a lot of experience as a product designer. He is here to share his story with us so that we know how Tobi came to be a product designer and some of the products he's worked on and a lot of the achievements he's also gotten. So welcome, Tobi. We are very grateful that you join us here today.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. It's a pleasure joining you today.
That's very great. Before we get into some of the products that you've worked on and some of the companies that you've worked with, can you please tell us about how you broke into tech, your journey getting into the tech industry?
All right. Thank you, Patrick, for the question. Well, I've been a tech guy right from time. Fortunately, I studied mining engineering. Mining engineering was my major in the university. Studied mining engineering. But before then, I've always had flair in tech. I've always loved to fix things. I've always been curious about how things are made and what is the building block behind stuff, curious about invention, curious about how website works and how innovation works. So officially, right, it was my major break into tech was after school. So after school, and then I needed to know, okay, what was the next what I want to do. That was when I saw that. Prior to that, right, I've been a designer. Okay. Because then in school, I used to work. I used to do little projects to make money. I was a graphic designer then in school. Friends would give me jobs that can you help me to flyer for so and so. I do freelance jobs then in school. So it was quite easy for me to break into product design after school. So this was how I actually found out about product design. All right, so it was when I went to a tech conference, like a meetup with some of my friends, and then it was more like a tech meetup. He was telling me that a graphic designer you should go into product design because then it was 2017. Product design in Nigeria then was quite new. So he told me that I should read about it, that it's really something I would, because he knows we've been friends for a while. He knows the kind of person I am, that I'm very tech curious, and I should read about it to catch my fancy. Because then he was a software developer then in Andela. So he told me about it. I went and did some research, and from then I started learning. I spent I would say 8 months just to learn about it, because unlike now where you have a lot of mentors around that you can talk to about it, It wasn't as easy as then, because the courses then weren't readily available. You have to do it just more like instructors. You have to go online. Mostly YouTube was like my best bet. I go on YouTube, read about check tutorials and little money, buy a few courses, few media little courses, but they weren't really giving me they were just giving me basic knowledge.
Okay.
But then I started reading articles, buying bigger courses, and then as I get into learning. So I would say my journey into product design was officially 2017.
Okay.
2017, yeah.
So with the graphic design, were you taught in your school, or that also was taught? You learned back on your own?
Well, okay. I've always been a creative person.
Okay.
When I was in secondary school, I play with a lot of software, and then the common software then we had was Paint. Microsoft, okay, it was Paint, right?
Okay.
Windows Paint, and then I do a little design on it, and then I think 2018 was when I was able to get Photoshop and Illustrator, and then I was learning by myself, doing one design or the other. But I just thought that was a natural in it. I saw that it was easy for me. Color composition was easy for me. Having textures, illustration, designing stuff it just came to me easily. Also, it's something as though I learned it in school. It was something I picked interest in.
Awesome. So after you were introduced to product design, and then you started the learning journey on your own, you mentioned you got some of the resources on YouTube, but they were not still really available. How were you able to navigate your learning? I'm sure that in the product design world, probably there would be steps or how to go about, from this stage, you need to get to this stage. Maybe you have to learn ideation, you have to brainstorming before we put So how were you able to figure all these things out?
Okay, well, basically it was more, the internet is a very diverse, like whatever information you want, as long as you have genuine interest in learning, there are materials for you. So I went into digging, I went into researching, what I needed to know, because actually what was on YouTube then was more of the UI, the user interface, it was more of the design. It never really talked about the experience and what these things do what the purpose of the design. You understand? It never really talked about the design itself. The purpose of the design itself was what YouTube never really taught me. So when I started reading Medium articles about, there should be a need for users. You should be designing for users. You are going to be creating product for users. You should be able to understand. You should be able to do research, user research. You should be able to have a basic idea of the flow of products. Like you're going to do ideation, you're going to do prototyping, they're going to do a lot of user testing and all like that. Those ones was what I actually learned from articles, from reading books and all.
Okay, so what are some of the tools that when you started learning you used?
Okay, I started with Adobe XD.
Okay.
Adobe XD was what I used then, because I was familiar with Adobe XD because I was used to the interface because of my knowledge of Photoshop. Because of the Adobe suite, the Photoshop, the Illustrator. So it was Adobe I started with, and then it was very easy for me. The interface was so easy for me. Before I started cloning WhatsApp. I started rebuilding WhatsApp. I started rebuilding Twitter. Whatever app I find I try to design it and see if it looks exactly the same. I guess that was what actually started with. Like when I look at an app, I just want to redesign it to see okay how I can make it work. Then I really never understood that okay there was a need for sizing, there was a need for usability. You need to know okay if this thing is you are going to be designing for different screen, right? You're going to be designing for laptops, are going to be designing for small devices, and I never really knew that.
Okay.
I knew also, okay, I'm designing this for my phone and stuff like that.
All right. So, how was the support around your learning? Did you have people that you were able to look up to, ask for questions and those things when you needed help?
Yeah.
Or maybe even a community.
I would say I had roommate. Okay, yeah. Then there wasn't. Then I was more of a self-learner.
Okay.
I was more of a self-learner. But there are some few people. There's a guy named Punit. He has done Instagram. I follow his Instagram, and he's always pushing stuff, always designing, showing us how to create stuff. I've always been following. Okay, I have people that I follow. Okay. I look up to. But then there was really I never really had this personal mentorship with anybody.
Okay.
I never really had it until recently in my career. Then when I started seeing the need for having people that you work with, people in the field that you can share ideas with, that you can look up to and ask questions. Because I really then it was more like a kick and start thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't really because right now there's ADP list where you have mentors or mentors in the design field, and then they can easily talk to you about what you wanted. Then everybody was just doing his own way, just trying to figure things out. It wasn't as easy as it is here as it is now.
Okay. So through the knowledge that you built in the practice that you conducted or you did on your own, at what point?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, so I was asking, at what point did you realize that you had a confidence to actually get on board on a team or look out for a professional role to take? Because starting out, you were building, replicating websites, other apps, more like learning. Okay. At what point did you realize that okay, you can transition these skills that you've acquired over the time to work on a team or in a company?
Okay. My first commissioning was a friend.
Okay.
He saw some of the design I do, and then he said, I have my team are building something. I want you to jump on it. Help me design. It was more like his profile.
Okay.
His personal profile, the software developer. I said, okay, I should help him design a profile. I was so happy because this is going to be my first real project.
Okay.
And then I did research and I designed it. It was cool. The real turning point was actually me seeing the design coming to life. After I coded it and I saw how everything was, I was like, oh, this is my design and stuff. That was like the turn. That was when I knew that, no, this is what I wanted to do.
Awesome.
That was actually 2017.
Okay.
2017, yeah.
So you mentioned that he saw your designs somewhere.
Yeah.
So when you were working, how were you displaying your skills? How were you letting other people know what you were working on?
Okay. Well, then it was actually on my status. Okay. And then I had a portfolio because I've always been a designer prior to being a product design. So I had a portfolio on Behance.
Okay.
So I'm always posting my new jobs on Behance, and then maybe share it on Facebook, and then go on IG and tag one or two people. I guess that was where he saw it. I felt he saw it on my status. started on my WhatsApp status and said, "Oh, we can do this. Can you help me do this?"
That's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
So what about your time working in a corporate environment? Okay, so then you had joined a team working
Yeah.
with developers and other people,
Yeah.
and then you are the product designer. How was the environment for you? Was it a total different case, or did you think that the skills that you had built as an individual or a self-taught product designer, did you think you were able to fit in quickly, or did it take you a longer time?
Well, it was a little bit alien to me at first. It was a
Okay.
little bit alien to me at first because at that point, when I was working for a corporate organization, there was so much pressure.
Mm.
That was like the first thing. They really wanted everything to work out well because any little mistake you make in design the company is going to lose a lot of money.
Okay.
A simple thing as the color of the button of the menu or where it's aligned means a lot. So at that point, I was really, I was stressed.
Mm-hmm.
I was stressed psychologically because I was scared that, oh, now you're working here. But are you sure you can really? I'm talking about, okay, the first time when I actually worked in a team with
Okay.
a real product, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was scared because I was thinking, oh, now this is not just you designing for somebody, a friend
Oh,
that
for
can easily
yourself.
come back and say, yeah. Now you are designing for a product like as
A
a product
whole.
designer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Like you're more like the architect, the product architect. I just imagine you an architect building a house and forgetting to add a column
Mm.
or forgetting to put in a sloppy foundation. Of course, the
Mm-hmm.
house will crumble. And then we knew that, okay, a little mistake is going to cost a lot of money, a lot of coding time, a lot of production time will be wasted and all. So all of this pressure was on me. So at the point I just saw that, okay, I really needed to slow down and start believing in myself that I actually made it thus far because I actually merited it. I could do it. So it was more like I actually had to slow down with the thoughts in my head that you can do it. So
Okay.
it was more like encouraging myself that you can do it. That after I was able to spend the month, second month, I was expecting something to go wrong, nothing went wrong. Oh, so okay, I was actually doing something good. And the third month, I became okay. I became more confident, and then that was it. From then, I developed the confidence.
Okay. So when you joined the team, I'm imagining the experience would have been different because probably when you were designing on your own, maybe when you
Yeah,
see like WhatsApp, you want to design WhatsApp interface, you just
yeah,
go on and then do it.
yeah,
But yeah, on a team, things like research and other things would
yeah,
come in that maybe when you were starting
yeah,
out you didn't have done. So how did you find those things?
yes.
Did you find them as like it was delaying your work, you didn't really understand those things? How was the
Yeah.
experience?
All right, all right. That's a beautiful question. I I didn't go into product design as a UI guy. I went more like a full product designer. So as a product designer, you should be able to understand the UX research, the research part of it and the interface part of it. So those are all what I expected. I knew from studies, I knew that, oh, design is just like 30% of your work. You're going to be doing 70% of user research and understanding what user wants, what they need. And so you don't make mistakes. You make intuitive products. You make knowledgeable product. You make product just product that is actually needed. So I would say I was actually the one that made in the company I work with. I was actually the one that put and
you made the team realize how the whole process.
Yeah, it made them
Okay.
that there was a need for research.
Okay.
That can't just be working and then there was a need for research. So those are actually this, right? Yeah. So it wasn't more like a waste of time. I knew I wanted it, like I expected it, because we were going to be. I knew that all of the decision was going to be based on me. So I needed to actually make it work at first. I wanted, so we have to be going over and over and over and over again. So,
okay. Yeah. So what are some of the skills that you learned when you had the opportunity to work with a group of people on a team?
All right. You know, when you work with people, you learn a lot of patience, a lot of deadlines, because they're working under pressure, because the one thing is done, they might give you a particular work and they say, we need in the spring, they'll tell you that, oh, we need this thing done in the next week and stuff. So you need to be able to tell them that, oh, okay, this is a particular time I can do it, this is a particular time I can get it done. So part of what I learned was working under pressure, patience. I work team, being able to working with team, right? Okay. Patience and working under pressure, right? Yeah. Awesome. Yes, those are the basic things I learned. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So what would be your advice to someone who has the interest in breaking into the tech industry, maybe from a non-technical background, as a product designer, and then looking at the opportunities that are available in the tech industry at the moment? What will be some of the advice you'd want to give to people out there who have the interest in breaking into the tech industry?
Okay, I would say, first of all, there's a push factor and there's a pull factor. I would say for anybody that wants to come into tech, right? Tech is beautiful. We need a lot of hands. Like there's really a lot of space in tech. If you really want to go far, you want to make a lot of money, like you should come to tech. Okay. But then the advice I would give young people wanting to go into tech is, at the beginning it can be very, very, very difficult, because most companies want to work with superstar, rock star guys, and then it's not easy for young people to break into it and then meet into it. They get discouraged, and then the thing is, just keep doing it. Just keep improving in yourself as you're applying. Start applying for a job. Just keep improving in yourself. Just keep working on yourself, right? Because the more you learn, the more you earn. Once you are good, there is no way you can be. The company will ever. There's no way you can be left out. Once you are good, it will just show, right? Diamond is not seen at the top of the soil. It's always buried deep inside. Yeah. And just because of the value it has, people don't mind it dig down and down thousands of feet just to get it. So it doesn't matter how deep it's buried, as long as it's useful and it's valuable. It's a value that is attached to it. That is how you find it. So make yourself like a diamond. Make yourself very useful, that they will have to find you, and then once you are found, the sky is your limit. Wow. So just keep working on your skill, keep learning, just be world class. That's it.
Okay. And so I want to also ask, how do you think breaking into tech has impacted your life as a product designer?
All right. It has impacted my life positively. I've met a lot of people that I would never think I would meet, and see, I'm talking to you. It has impacted my life positively, financially, and then tech actually opens you to a whole new world that you never knew existed.
Okay.
Like you get to work with several companies in the world. You are not limited. I can be here in Nigeria and working in several companies outside the country remotely. So I would say tech is the best thing that happened to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us, Tobi. That's a very wonderful story. I'm sure that people would also have the opportunity to know that there are so many opportunities in the tech industry, and when one avails themselves and makes themselves ready, I think everyone has a space. Everyone has an opportunity to have a successful career in the tech industry. Also, if we want to find you, how do we get in touch with you? Any social media handle? Where can we find you if your portfolio is also available online? Probably people would want to, go and have a look at what Tobi has been working on all this while. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So on LinkedIn, you can just search for Tobi John Bello. Same also on my Instagram. My Twitter is Tobi J Bello at Tobi J Bello. I'm more active on LinkedIn. Funny enough, I'm more active on LinkedIn. So if you're looking for me on LinkedIn, you can just search Tobi John Bello.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tobi. Thank you very much. Thank you all viewers for watching us today and listening to us as well. If you enjoyed the story that Tobi shared with us, and if you learned one or two things from it, which I am very positive that you're going to get a lot of messages from, kindly share the message with your friends and other people that you think would have one or two things from this. If you know someone that you know is interested in breaking into the tech industry, you can reference this to them, and I'm sure they'll be very glad and happy to hear this and take the step that they have to take to break into the tech industry and have a wonderful and successful career. Thank you, Tobi, and have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for this amazing session. Thank you for having me.
Okay, bye.